Welcome to the deep dive. Sometimes you look at a product, maybe a tool, and think, well, it's just a tool.
Right. Straightforward.
Exactly. But when I started digging into this Arcan Tools 2-ton floor jack, the model A 2016, I realized, wow, there's actually a lot going on here.
hmm
So our mission today, really, is to pull back the curtain on this thing, uncover the design thinking, how it actually performs, and, even the support system around it. It's more than just metal.
Definitely.
And we're getting our info straight from the source,
Yeah.
product pages, specs, those really valuable customer reviews, and yeah, details on buying it and the protection plans.
That's right. And it's easy to just glance at a floor jack, but like you said, there are surprising details,
Mhm.
design choices, how it holds up for real users, and that whole ecosystem of, well, protecting your investment.
Yeah.
Understanding all that can genuinely save you time, maybe some frustration, and yeah, even money down the line.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Its name, Arcan Tools 2-ton extra long reach, low profile steel floor jack, A 2016. Lots of descriptors there.
Yep. What do low profile and extra long reach actually mean for someone working in their garage? Especially with, modern cars.
Right. Well, those aren't just buzzwords. The low profile part means it has a really low minimum height. We're talking 2.75 inches. Super low.
Wow.
And then it lifts up to a maximum of 24 inches. So that combo, that range, it's designed for cars with very little ground clearance, but also lets you lift high enough for other work.
And the reach.
Ah, the extra long reach. That comes from its chassis. It's a 32-inch extra long chassis. So it can slide way underneath the vehicle to get to those jacking points that might be set really far back.
Right, which happens a lot now.
Exactly. One customer actually said it's the longest reach, low profile I have ever found. So it kind of future-proofs it for all sorts of cars, not just, slam sports cars.
Okay, that makes sense. And it's made of steel, right?
Right.
Weighs almost 97 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, that's hefty. Is that weight a big downside for someone moving it around, or is the trade-off for strength just worth it? That's the classic trade-off, isn't it? The steel construction is there for heavy-duty use. It gives you that durability, that strength you absolutely need when you're lifting, a couple of tons.
Can't skimp there.
You really can't. So, yeah, 97 pounds is heavy. But like one user pointed out, this thing is heavy, but you don't get strength with a light but low-profile configuration. It points to build quality, long-term reliability. Portability isn't the number one goal here.
Gotcha. So we've covered the build, the sort of what and why of its design, but how does it actually lift? How does it perform that main job?
Yeah, the operation. This is where some neat engineering comes in. It has dual pumpy pistons.
Dual pump?
Yeah, so instead of one piston pushing the hydraulic fluid, you've got two working together. It basically doubles the fluid moved with each pump.
Ah, so it lifts faster.
Much faster. That's the quick rise people talk about. Customers say it takes just a few effortless pumps to get the car off the ground. Much less work than a single pump jack.
Okay, that's a big plus. And then lowering. It mentions a universal joint release mechanism. I saw some users mention it felt a bit abrupt at first, like it slammed.
Right, the lowering. That universal joint release mechanism is actually designed for precise control. Think
Wow.
of it like a dimmer switch versus an on-off switch for the hydraulics.
Okay.
It lets you make tiny adjustments to the release speed, so you can lower the vehicle smoothly, predictably. No sudden drops.
So why the initial slam some people felt?
That's actually pretty common with new hydraulic jacks. There can be air trapped in the system from shipping or sitting.
Ah, air in the lines.
Exactly. The fix, as one user found, was just to cycle the jack. Lift it all the way up and lower it repeatedly. They said about 19 times.
19 times. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it bleeds the air out. It's not really a flaw, more like an initial setup step you need to do for that smooth, controlled lowering. Really important first step.
Good to know. Okay. Safety, obviously crucial when you're under a vehicle. What safety features are built into this Arcan jack?
Absolutely paramount. Our Arcan's built in several layers here. You've got the bypass and overload valves.
What do those do?
Well, they basically prevent you from messing up. They stop the hydraulic ram from extending too far, and they prevent you from trying to lift way more than the jack's rated capacity.
So, built-in protection.
Yep. And, maybe even more importantly, it complies with ASME PACE 2019 safety standard.
ASME.
With, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. They set really tough standards for this kind of equipment. Getting that certification means this jack's been rigorously tested for load handling, stability, preventing overextension. Basically, it's proven to be safe under tough conditions. It's a big deal.
That definitely inspires confidence.
It should. Plus, they've added thoughtful touches like a rubber saddle where it meets the car and the foam handle bumper. Little things for vehicle protection, too. Prevent scratches.
Nice. Now, the listing says vehicle service type car, but people in the reviews seem to be using it on more than just standard cars.
Oh, yeah.
What else are they lifting? And it's that, okay, with a 2-ton rating.
It's really interesting, right? People definitely push the boundaries. Reviews mention it works well on various vehicles, including lowriders, SUVs, sedans, and small crossovers.
SUVs too.
Yeah, specific examples were things like an F-150, Highlanders, even a BMW 335.
But an F-150 weighs way more than 2 tons.
It does. The whole truck does.
Yeah.
But remember, you're usually just lifting one corner or one end of the vehicle at a time.
Ah, right. So the load on the jack is much less.
Exactly. It's usually well within that 2-ton, which is 4,000 pounds capacity. Plus, these jacks generally have a built-in safety factor, so lifting one end of a heavier truck is often fine. Users also love that it will slide right under the front and the back and fits things like jack point jack stands. Very versatile.
Okay. So overall, what's the feeling about its build quality, its longevity? You mentioned it feels solid, but I saw one review mention it might creak a little. Is that a worry?
The overall sentiment is definitely positive. Words like well-built, substantial, solid lifting base, rock solid come up a lot. People notice the details like the welds look clean. That suggests good manufacturing. And users report it still does the job after years, so it seems to last.
And the creak.
Yeah, that creak. Someone did mention that. It's likely just, internal parts settling under a heavy load.
Yeah.
Hydraulic systems can sometimes make noises. The key thing is, the user who mentioned it also said it still worked perfectly reliably for them. So probably not a structural issue, just a minor noise, not a safety red flag based on that report.
Okay. Any other surprises when you first get it? Unboxing.
Just a couple of small things to be aware of. The listing mentions colors may vary. So you might order thinking it's black, like the picture, but get a green one, for instance. Happened to at least one person.
Huh, okay.
And the box itself might look a bit rough on arrival. It's a 97-pound jack inside, so the cardboard takes a beating.
Makes sense.
Users mentioned styrofoam everywhere when you unpack it, and also tons of grease everywhere in the box, which is actually good. It means it's well lubricated from the factory.
Yeah.
Just maybe don't unbox it on your living room carpet.
Uh-huh. Noted. Good advice. Okay, so you've got the jack, you've unboxed it, maybe bled the air out, you're ready to go.
Yep.
But this is an investment, right? Over $250. It's not like a cheap screwdriver you just replace. What about protecting that investment long term?
That's a really important point. And you see protection plans offered quite prominently for items like this now. It's not just about covering, if you accidentally drop it.
Right.
It kind of signals a shift. People want tools that last, and they expect support. These plans let manufacturers or retailers offer that peace of mind, turning a one-off purchase into something more like a safeguarded long-term tool. It's like buying insurance for your washing machine almost.
Okay, so what kinds of plans are typically available?
Well, for this one, there were Assyrian plans mentioned. A 3-year plan, a 4-year plan. They cover things like accidental damage, drops, spills, broken parts, plus breakdowns after the standard warranty runs out.
And how do they work?
Usually they emphasize things like 204/7 support, easy claims, and crucially, no additional cost for repairs, parts, labor, shipping, all included in the plan cost.
That sounds pretty comprehensive. There was also something called a Complete Protect plan. How's that different?
Yeah, that one sounded a bit broader. It was a monthly subscription, like $16.99 a month, offering extensive coverage, but for all your eligible Amazon purchases.
Oh, not just the jack.
Right. It covers past and future buys, things bought in the last year, plus new stuff going forward starting 30 days after you sign up to a $5,000 total claim limit per year, though it does exclude commercial use.
Interesting. So why are these plans maybe especially relevant for something like a floor jack?
Well, think about what it is. It's heavy. It's mechanical. It lives in a workshop environment where things can get dropped, knocked over, covered in fluids.
Sure.
So it's subject to wear, tear, and accidents. These plans give you that peace of mind against malfunctions after the initial warranty and cover those oops moments right away. It helps ensure you get years of reliable use out of it.
Okay, this has been really insightful. We've taken this Arcan floor jack and really unpacked it.
Yeah.
From its specific design features, that low profile, the long reach, making it so practical to its steel construction and safety standards, building confidence.
And seeing how real users actually use it, its versatility.
Exactly. And then layering on the importance of those protection plans, turning a purchase into a safer long-term investment.
It really shows how understanding all these layers, the specs, the user stories, the warranty options, equips you to make a much more informed choice for your own garage or workshop needs.
So what's the big takeaway here for you, the listener?
I think it's that when you're looking at essential tools, especially ones involving safety, like a jack, the real cost isn't just that initial price. It's the whole package. Performance, how long it will last, and that peace of mind knowing you're covered if something goes wrong. So the final thought is, beyond the specs, what unexpected factors do you value most when you're investing in a tool you plan to rely on for years?